starting to record.
Or
Okay.
you guys only see my one screen. I got two screens up, so I got to move it over to the left screen, correct?
Do you know
Yes.
how many cores you have in your CPU? I see you have a 4th gen i7. That's at least 4 cores, right? I can't remember if the 4th gen was 4 cores or 8 cores or what.
I think it's 4. He should be good.
Okay.
Okay. So that makes that takes care of the PC.
Yeah, his minimum requirements are pretty good. Probably similar to what we have in IT. Eswin has an i9, so right off the bat, Eswin's got a much better machine than Doug. Doug's supposed to get an i9 just like Eswin.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I noticed that there's less space, only 26.2 GB. Not that it matters a whole lot, but it could affect performance sometimes, but it's okay. I think this should be okay. I mean, you're not going to be using anything to write to the disk or anything. So if we find things that
It does impact you, Doug, if you're running Pro. Pro, you're supposed to have 30 gigs free all the time.
Okay.
Okay. So we can close this window. Okay. For ArcMap, you met the requirements. Okay, internet speed. Okay. Are you remoting from home right now, Doug? Are you at
No,
work?
I'm at work.
Okay. So when you're at work, all that matters is your internal network speed. But if you were at home, then how you connect to the internet and then to your system, those all things do matter. Just given that you have the
Most likely, I'm never going to be doing this remotely, at least not currently.
Okay, I would say try to get the MXD from out there, and then let's do the mapping and stuff so that we can see how things work out for you. Okay, we see your connection there. Can you double click on your connections? On the right side in the catalog pane, there is Doug at check dev and Doug at edit dev. You see those,
Yep.
right? So
Connection
check,
right above that.
right, and that's your SQL GIS to the city edit, I'm assuming, right? The edit dev is your city edit connection. So can you double click on that one? Okay. Can you? Okay, you have everything there. The other one, the other connection up there.
This one?
Yeah. Okay, and that's your QC data reviewer thing. Okay, that connections are good. I'm assuming these are Windows authentication connections. Let's go and get the file from the location on the shared drive. For that, go to Windows Explorer, the File Explorer, and I think it's the M drive. And then go to the GIS data. Would that be in videos maybe? Adam, do you remember where?
Yeah. From the top. No, that's good. GIS videos, and then top from DCSD at the top.
Right.
And then Cadastral.
So copy that MXD. The remaining ones we can do later during the trainings and all, or we'll go step by step. But copy that MXD somewhere to your local. You can actually get all of them if you want.
Would that be this cadastral editor?
Yeah, cadastral
Copy
editor.
all of these?
Yeah, go up one level. Maybe go up one level. Yeah, copy your that cadastral. Okay, now go to some local folder like C project, something like that.
We'll give you a folder access on a production server soon. That we
Should I
can
put it?
keep
Should I
that.
just? Do you want me to just put this on my desktop somewhere?
Put it on your C drive.
C drive, please. We can't see your Windows. Yeah, please. Go to C projects. Do you have projects folder or something there? You can create one.
Create a folder. Call it 1GIS. And then we always at the top. And then open that up and then paste it there. So every time you open up the C drive, 1GIS will be at the top.
Okay. Now can you open up Cadastral? Open that up and open that MXT. Then we will proceed to mapping. Now you will find that the data is already there, but you would want to map it to the right one, but at least let's see how far this goes. Esvin, would you like us to switch to your PC also?
I
Right
think
after.
that I mean I can follow Doug. You know, we're going through this right now. I mean, did you guys want to look at my PC? Is that the case?
Yeah, we do want to go through the same steps.
Yes, yes,
Just to
we
make
do. We
sure
want
that
to-
Okay, so I have my I opened up ArcMap already, and I guess you guys want to switch.
yeah, I think we'll make we'll switch the connections on Doug's PC, and then we can come back to yours. Let's do it that way. So, Doug, I just want to show you. Maybe I will request you keyboard and mouse.
Okay.
And what we want to do is we want to change the connections. So right now, if you go to any of these layers, go to properties, it's going to remember my username and password and all those things. So it's basically reading it from my connection rather than yours. Now we point it to yours, and then we can so the reason is why it didn't automatically, it will automatically pick up usually, but because we have a database authentication versus you are using the other authentication, which is the OS authentication. Okay, so there's a way to fix this MXD. I think maybe I will just use the MXD doctor to fix it, unless anybody else has any other recommendation.
I for sure don't.
Okay, let's do it that way. So we will close this document. Close this one too. We have a training exercise for setting the data sources, so you'll be able to explore more in that. Today we're making sure that you're just prepared and ready. So what we see here is that all of the data sources are currently pointing to hvedits.sde, but Just want to move this. Okay. It's still pointing to something that is not existing. So let's select everything. So this, you have to go and find out what that is. In which case, you can go to your C users, app data, roaming. Am I going in the right path?
Yes.
10.7.
Yes. There you go.
And this. So we have to form this path that goes to this, or this one, this URL depth.
So you could right click and do alt copy path. If you click shift or whatever.
Yeah, I'm just setting it like this here. Okay, so replace all. It will take some time. Okay, that seems to have been done for most part, except for a couple of layers. It seems like they are sort of not, doesn't know where it is. What we will do is we'll open up the MXD and fix it, and that's okay.
You can actually, when those ones that haven't fixed, you can see that when you select a fixed path, you can select that path. See how you can select it? Go to the one above. Select one of those ones that are right there that are correct. See how you can, now you can do a control C.
That one here. Okay, you want me to copy? Yeah, but these three here are your review layers, so we'll map them separately.
Okay.
Yeah. So, okay there. So as long as that spinning circle is there, it means, so here's the new file that it created. We can rename it, or we can just open it like that and save it with whatever name you like.
I mean, for now, you can just open it, and then we can come back later and rename Cadastral Editor 107 version O to old, and then rename the other one.
Sure. Okay, now check the properties. It says OS authentication. See the username. So it's using your own connection there. And you can send this to Esvin, but let's make sure that everything's fixed. These are still pointing to the other data source. So remember, check dev is still pointing to this. So let's set these three. I mean, we could have done it there, but I just wanted to show you this other way of doing it too. Check dev. It's to the point. I mean, we will probably add these when you're doing your data reviewer. But we can map it right now. Okay, QC grid probably. As I keep changing, you see the layers moving up there when you sort by source. Type point was the one. It's in Cadastral. I believe it's this layer. This one, it's in Cadastral reference. Parcel line abandoned. Dataset is Cadastral referenced. Sorry. Parcel line. Where is that layer? Maybe that's why we lost it. CAD parcel line abandoned. CAD parcels. Ted is
Yeah, we
this
talked
one?
about this. Parcel line abandoned was a data set that we removed.
Okay. Sorry.
Because we're not. So basically, we're going to track history through the cadastral history, and you don't think of parcel lines like you abandon them.
Right. So I'm
You know,
going to
it's not like a water line or a sewer line. You don't just abandon a parcel line.
right. I'm going to remove this then. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
That was another change, husband.
Okay, so I am going to save this MXD, and if you wanted to, well, one thing we wanted to make sure then is that the editors can create versions and that you can connect to those versions. Okay. Um, so, Doug, go ahead and okay. I'm just going through the list. Okay, are you able to get to these imagery and all that? Let's make sure about that. Going just down the list, I'm going to zoom very close somewhere. And I know that because of the symbology, you won't be able to see some of those layers, but maybe I can turn some of those layers off for a minute to see. Oh, turn this one on. You can see them. So you have no issues with getting to these layers. Can make them transparent if you ever need to use them, or and overlay them on the top. It's a possibility you can do that. But for now, you're able to get access to these, and that's all that matters. So you're able to get to that. Editor machine must have fast and secure connection to the CityGIS server. You're already having a good connection. I think so far we didn't notice any issues. Otherwise, even ArcMap would be. But when you are actually editing, you will know a little bit more. So let's try this. First, let's create a version. Okay. So this is, okay, you already have the versioning toolbar. Okay. So you can create a new version here. Would you like to give a name here? Any random?
And so what you see there is you see the parent version, Doug. You got two SDE defaults because if you look in your table of contents, you got your GIS edit dev in one default, and then you got your data reviewer in another default.
Right. Good point.
But you don't want to create the version in the check database. The check database technically is not a versioned database. So it's kind of weird that the default shows up for it, but it is what it is. And now when you say protected, you can click that checkbox, switch to the new version. And this will reduce a step. You'll find that this is kind of weird at times, this toolbar, this little button right here. So there's another way to do it too, but you got to check that checkbox. Switch to the new version. Check it, say okay.
Give a name for the version.
Oh, yeah. You got to give a name. Call it, remember we came up with like neighborhoods, but you guys can do it like whatever works for you. Whatever's the measurable area that you're looking at. So maybe you do track map 12345-1 underscore DW. Yeah. Project name underscore, your initials.
Yeah, your initials. I mean, it's going to be, people can find it out somehow, but it's easier if you just put your initials too there. So you have switched to that version. Okay, so that's done. That's good. Let's start editing and do some, I mean, I know it's not going to go up into the version, but just a random edit. If you wanted to see how things connect, you don't have to save your edits, but yeah, let's kind of try to do like a parcel split or something. So let's
Editors start editing.
and make sure you select your version down there.
Go to the yours on the bottom. Select your Van Buren and say okay. Just make sure that you have edit rights. If you don't, then I have to set a permission. See?
Yeah, and
All
this
right.
is why we do this pre-training.
I'll
So
be right back. Be right back.
So am I waiting for Ted to do something before I continue
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
on?
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna have to version the data. This training is for you and it's for me
Got it.
because I've been working on water and electric for the past few weeks. So my machine's as slow as yours, Doug. So
You know my pain.
I know you're paying. Edwin, we should use Edwin's machine to do what I'm gonna do.
Well, he can't even get into the meeting.
He's not on the meeting right now.
No, it took him about 5 minutes to get into the meeting for some reason. I think it might have been user error.
I think it was. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to, still processing.
yeah, we're kind of having back-to-back trainings with electric. So that's something I'll remind Ed also on the electric side, that we almost have no time between like wrapping up electric and starting cadastral trainings. Just happening that way. So sometimes you may, I mean, hoping that electric will wrap up on time, but otherwise we will have a little bit of like maybe a minute or so lag before the meeting
Well,
starts.
I have 2 days I'm out next week, so it won't bother me those 2 days. But I just have to work extra the other days. So actually, the data was versioned. Cadastral editor, you have selected cert update delete rights.
If you stop editing and then try to start editing again, it may repopulate differently.
Is it registered as version it is, right?
Yeah.
And one layer is saying permissions. Others are saying layer is registered.
Oh, let me hold a second. I bet it's a relationship. I bet it's yeah, it's the related tables. So just give me a minute. Okay, close out and redo it. Okay, stop editing. Do a, go ahead and try to start again. Double click. Okay, let's do stop editing. Save it. Save it to MXD. Just save. And then close the MXD and reopen the MXD.
Yeah.
I'm checking again just to make sure.
You exit out of it and then come back again. Yes, yes, save it.
Save.
Yeah, you can close your catalog also. You don't need the catalog right now.
Still having problems?
Opening up, supposedly.
Oh, wait, so it's working?
You got to switch version. I thought you saved it after switching the version, but I don't know why.
So go right click on the under layers, Doug. Nope, down below. Table of contents. Yep. Click on SD default. Right click on it. Change version. Double click, go to the very
Oh,
bottom.
I know why. Sorry. Remember that MXD name was different, so this is not it. This is a different
Oh, yeah,
MXD
yeah.
open.
Cancel.
Okay, can you please close this and I think it
Yeah, close
opened
them both.
twice. Yeah, close them both. There's one more open. Yeah. No. Okay,
Double
go.
click on it.
Yeah, that one, the copy of.
Just double click on it.
Let's see if you can edit this now. Editor, start editing. Pick the first one. Oh no, more. Okay.
Okay, go to stop editing. Close out Cadastral. The feature data set, go to the layers. Click the negative
Close out
button
the whole
next-
show?
No. Keep everything open. I want you to close out the feature data set, GIS, Edit, Dev, Arc, Cadastral. Click the negative.
And maybe you can remove all those three down there, which is saying STE.default. At the bottom of the list, remove them. You don't need them right now. Those three layers. Here, these.
See the one where it says check dev? Right click on that default, not that one, all the way to the bottom. Keep going down, keep going down. Right click on go up. Go up 4 notch, 4 levels. See that default? Go to that default, right click on it. Yes.
Mhm.
This one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right click on it, remove.
Okay. Now let's see if you can
You know,
edit.
it could be related to fabric, maybe. Okay, let me.
Say continue. Oh, can you say start editing and say continue there? It seems like it is allowing to edit that message. It's okay. Let's stop editing and start again, and then you can see what exactly it's saying one more time. If you can please stop editing and editor start editing. So there's some specific layers. Address PT. Are there reference layers? And do we need permissions to? It's almost listing almost every layer, it seems like to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
I'm resetting the privileges on the fabric.
And if you stop editing and maybe just go over to the right under layers and refresh. No, it doesn't have a refresh right there. Never mind.
Yeah, there's a lot of layers listed almost like every layer there.
Can you stop editing? Start editing again. Okay, do something for me. Cancel.
What do you need?
X. Yeah, stop editing. Click File. Go to File. Go to New. Let's go to New. Say OK. Say No. Open up. Double click on Doug Edit Dev on the right in the catalog window. Double click on that. Click the plus button to expand it. Left click Cadastral and only Cadastral and drag it into the map. Left click, drag it. Left click, hold down the click, drag it into the map, drop it. Okay, go take the vertical scroll wheel all the way to the top. Vertical scroll wheel to the right. Yep. Right click on default and change version. And go find your Van Buren Arlington. Double click on that. Okay, go to editor, drop down, click start.
You might want them to save the map first. I don't think you can
No,
edit.
I don't want to. Hold on, Lisa.
Okay.
No editable layers. Steve Weber. Hold on a second.
It's saying it's not registered as version. That's strange, I thought, because I thought you had registered everything as version, right?
Yeah. Yep. So D Weber, you're added into the group.
And this is all in the dev environment right now, the dev database.
Yeah, we should be on JS Edit Dev. I go to manage, registered versions grayed out.
Cache tool is not needed at this moment, right? General editing should be allowed.
Yes, it should. Yeah, it
Okay.
should. I think it's something to do with the I thought it was the MXD, but yeah. Maybe try to edit even one feature class from that data set. If we like remove the entire data set and just add one feature class, maybe.
Can we connect to a different version, like, or yeah, I don't know if it's the same way. The version was created at some point, and then Ted, changed the privileges maybe. So would it be possible to create one more version just as a test? And Doug, can you create one more version, please? Yeah. Not as a parent. Go straight under default version. Oh, okay. Can you switch the one up there? Cancel that out. And on the left side under table of contents, give a right click on that data connection and say change version, and use a parent version. The default. Okay. You don't have the proxy default here, the training default, right, Ted?
Um,
Or is there one?
I'm not. I don't even remember right now. I might have deleted it.
Okay, no problem. Let's just go to default first. Yeah. Say okay. And then create a different version now. New version. Yeah. No. The next. Yeah. So give a name. You can call it Van Buren 2 or whatever you like. Okay. And then make it protected. Switch to new version.
Nope.
Okay, well, go and switch it now. You can switch it. It's created on the connection there. Right click on ste.default and then say change version, and then scroll down to your version there, Now let us see if it will allow you to edit. Still no. Okay.
I'm
Can
trying to
you
go in as
double click on one of the errors?
I'm just trying to add it as myself. See if I can do my own versioning. But you guys were able to do it under GCSE, right?
Not exactly on your environment yet, in the sense that we had our own testing that we were doing on our side. So Lata, are you connected to that machine?
No, I'm not. I thought Adam was, so I didn't.
Adam, are
Should
you
I connect?
connected? No, let's check if Adam's already connected. I think I think we cannot hear Adam. I'm not sure. It seems like.
Okay, I'll try connecting. Okay.
Well, let's check with him. I don't want to. Um, Lata, are you connected?
Yeah, I am getting there. 1 second.
So I'm able to start editing. But it doesn't help him because I'm a DBO, but
Are you able to, Ted? Are you able to start editing?
yep. I am.
Let's try Eswin's and then come back here. Do you think Eswin might run into the same issues, or?
Yeah, let's try it. Esmond has a much better machine, but I mean that shouldn't be the problem. But they both should have the same problem.
Okay. Should we borrow the MXD from Doug? Maybe first we'll try to see if he can edit it all or not. If he cannot, then we'll have to troubleshoot that first. Eswin, can we change you to be the presenter?
Sure.
Okay, go ahead, open up your arc map.
Can you guys see it?
We can see your screen.
Okay.
We see GoToMeeting window on there. I mean like the browser window, but not ArcMap. So if you have ArcMap open, you should
Pull it over
probably,
to the other.
yeah.
There you go.
Okay, thank you.
So do you want me to leave it minimized or maximize it?
Keep it maximized and let's bring in some data
Definitely,
from,
you're gonna want to rename your SDE connections.
right. So you have the connections, GIS edits, OS. Remember that last connection there? See that last connection there?
Mm-hmm.
On the database connection. So double click that. I'm assuming that's your OS authenticated connection.
So it's trying to open it. We'll see what happens.
Okay.
So
And then go to Cadastral, drag and drop into your MXT. Open up your table of contents, which you should find in the Windows.
okay, still going.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys actually have the largest, most convoluted data set in the history of GIS,
Thank you.
known as the parcel fabric.
Congratulations.
I like that.
Congratulations.
We always like to be on top.
Come on, brand new computer.
Did you you have your table of contents closed?
No.
Yeah, I think you need to open it. Once
So
it shows up, just open
you
it.
can, yeah, go find the table. Go click on the table of contents.
Right. Okay. Oh,
That's interesting. Oh, you're connecting in here with your old CAD temp too. So right click on SD default at the very top.
Right
Change
click.
version. And go to the very bottom and just connect to the one I just created. Test,
SPY.
CAD.
That one?
Yep, it's okay. Okay, start editing. Go to editor. The drop down, start editing. Insert permission. Oh.
well, your version may be protected, right? You didn't make it public.
Yeah. Let me do that.
Yeah.
Just create your own version.
Okay, so
Switch to default version first. In that one that's below there, in the table of contents, right click there and say switch version, change version, choose the default. Well, there's training default. You can use that.
that one?
Yeah, you can use default or I wonder, can you? Yeah, let's try this. Let's create a new version now. The next button. Yeah, and then give it some name.
Do I want to type public?
Just make it public for now.
Yeah.
Okay, and then switch to this version, right?
Yep. The last thing I would do is I would just unselect Cadastral, DB Cadastral Editor privileges across the board and then redo it.
Okay, so now go to editor, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what happens.
And you're in.
You are able to edit.
Oh.
So, Ted, can you
Yeah.
make sure Doug has the same permissions as Eswin has?
Doug's in the same role.
Oh, he is.
Yeah.
How come he is able to edit and?
What's the license level, Harita?
Oh yeah, can you try that? Can you go to help and about ArcMap? About ArcMap. Standard Lata. I know I thought about license level too, but you can edit parcel fabric with standard, right? So that's
Yeah.
not the question. So something about maybe, when Ted was setting the role, maybe I don't know if Doug's machine caught onto it or not. Um, could be
Well,
that
we went
possibly.
to the default though, remember? And Doug never did that.
Oh, he did, I think. He started out with default. Every time you create a version, you have to. I mean, he didn't have Ted's version, so he didn't have to. He was already connected to default. So maybe closing the ArcMap session and reopening, but we already tried that. Um, let's try one thing. Uh, Doug, can you please send that MXD that you made? It starts with copy of that one to Eswin. So we'll see if he can edit using that MXD.
You want me to stop editing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, we didn't really test out, but we'll do it in the MXD.
Okay.
Once you get the MXD, it will catch on to your own connection, and then
You want me to send him the copy of the cadastral editor, right?
it's called the MXD is called copy of.
Copy of, yeah.
Yeah, that's the one. Not the original MXD but the MXD that we tweaked and saved. So
All right. I just sent that to Esm.
okay. As when you can copy that to your local like C projects or C1 GIS, whichever you like, and then we'll go from there.
Okay, so let me make a folder then under the C drive.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna call it 1 GIS.
Mhm.
And in there, I'm gonna place that, right?
Yes, please. Copy that.
Okay, so it's there.
Okay, now open that one. Mhm.
So hit yes on this.
You can say yes, yeah.
Cool. Okay, so now let me try to, I guess, do you want me to switch
yeah,
your version
change the version, please. Up one level up.
here?
Yeah. Change it
version.
to
What do you want me to
the
change it to?
new,
NVR 2?
As in test.
no, the one
That's what-
that, yeah, as win test. Yeah. So start editing.
Okay, so let me,
Um,
boom. So could it be then that MXD that we saved originally?
yeah, it seems like it's kind of dependent on the MXT right now.
Mm-hmm.
Why do city limits? Let's go to city limits layer and then see what it's mapped to. Go to properties.
Well, they're all in cadastral.
Yeah, go to general. I'm sorry, source. Well, it does show you. And it was all in cadastral, right, Ted?
Yeah, cancel that and go to the very bottom of the table of contents.
Can you remove those 3 layers? Right click on the just one above on the data connection. Right click
Right
and
click and remove
yeah.
QC grid.
Remove QC grid also.
I don't see that one.
Right to the left, just about to the left of your cursor, and then go up three layers.
Oh, okay, that one right here.
Go to the
Okay.
layer and right click. Yeah, you
Say
can remove that one. Yeah. Okay.
You want me to
Can you?
keep editing?
Yeah, start. Try that. Stop editing and then start editing now again. Okay, then maybe let me see. I'm going to request you keyboard and mouse.
Okay.
That's weird.
It could be something with the MXD and changing the layers and all. So city limits was one layer we were not able to edit. So let's see if we can say edit features and start editing. Nope. Even though we had set the data source and everything properly. If you don't mind, let's make sure that this connection here is pointing to the SWIN test version. What is it allowing us to edit if not, if all the layers are not editable? Okay, does this mean it's just the MXD then?
Let's start all over and do a brand new MXD. Grab Cadastral, make sure we can edit it, make sure we can edit all the tables, and then start from there.
Yeah, it doesn't even show up. Like sometimes it moves it to a different location. Okay, we can try that. We can always set the symbology on these later. But he is able to edit, as we have seen in the last one, right? Did you want to try that? Open that MXD, or did you just want to start with a blank MXD? Ted?
I said just let's go to a blank MXD. I'm kind of trying I'm grabbing the template. I'm going to connect to my version. I'm going to save it. I'm going to delete my version. I'm going to reopen my Cadastral template and start looking at it.
Yeah, we can always send the symbology as style files, and then they can be set, or layer files. Reference is not something they will be editing, right?
No.
Hmm. It's almost like since that MXT. Before this, he was able to edit. Can think of deleting the normal.mxt if there are not dependencies right now, and see if that might resolve.
Yeah, that's fine. That would be something I was just thinking about. But
Sorry, meant to say edit features. You can edit this. Let's try a basic random test.
I just went back in and closed everything out and opened up a copy of Cadastral Editor and now started editing, and I don't have those errors anymore.
Oh, good.
Oh, great. And maybe this is the way it's going to be. One day you open it up and it works, and one day it doesn't.
No, I hope not. But
Oh,
I,
nope, it just did something different now. Started and counted one or more layers with warnings.
Thank you, Ted.
See?
No,
it,
and I was mistaken. I hadn't picked a version yet to edit, and then when I picked the version, it gave me the same error.
oh, you did.
Yeah,
Okay.
came
Okay.
back to the same spot that we are.
So right now we are able to, I mean, at least it's saying it's editing, right? Let's take this one for example, and I know that changes won't go through anywhere, but let's just give some kind of, test notes here. I want to make sure that the other things are also in place. Editor tracking fields, are they present or not? Okay, you do have, and there you go. It gets filled with that values. I just put something like test over there in that field and revision notes, and it did update those two. Okay, let's see if we can save this edit. So is everyone okay with that? We're in a version, and it's just a note there. So we are able to edit. Okay, so now that this is possible, let's open up that MXD. We'll call it worked.
Yeah, it's weird because if it's in a feature data set, everything in that feature data set should behave the same way. Unless the only thing that makes me think is maybe there's a table I'm missing that I need a grant, that I need a version and grant edit rights to.
Okay, let me do a save as file. Save as. Lata is reporting we run into the same with on your and on the ArcMap 2 machine with the editing. We get the same message as everybody else got.
So we need to look into further on the MXD and layers to see anything we can find.
You think it's the MXD issue?
Because on the other one we were able to do, right?
On the
Just a
plain
plain.
ones, yes.
Yes. Okay. So we'll test it out here on this environment here.
I'm just renaming this. Yeah, it's probably an MXD thing then. But after this, you open up another MXD. You start getting this message. It's almost like that MXD is sort of messing up some kind of setting there. I would say
Yeah, maybe I have to go through all the relationship classes. Maybe there's a many to many inside the feature data set that's causing problems. There's none outside.
I don't know. I mean, we closed it right now. So let me actually create a new MXD, but this time bring in all of the data and then see. If we bring in all of the data and this still has issues, because right now we were able to edit one layer, which is the address layer, right? There is
Yeah,
some kind
sure.
of MXD dependency that's going on. So and that MXD
It's
was
also
huge
that,
because it's got so many layers on there.
yeah, there's a lot of layers, and the machine that Doug has is terrible, like ours. So, like, we really got like the worst. This is like the worst machine I've ever had in 17 years of doing GIS. I think my machine now is probably equivalent to the one I had when I was at DCSE 20 years ago. You know, I mean, it's crazy.
It's been a while.
Yeah. I've had a Xeon for like the last 16 years, so
If this doesn't work, normal.mxt, we go and delete that and restart it. But I think symbology wise, we'll try to troubleshoot that on our side and then get it for you. Like we can save the symbols and then apply it on your machine. It's already in a version. Um, okay, allowing us to edit. Something about the MXD. How do we resolve? We'll go over that MXD. Maybe there is something it may allow us to edit. And then we can find the offending layer, remove it, and then test it out and send it to you again. Okay, so far it's just the MXD, but other than that, you're able to edit. Doug, are you able to edit outside of the MXD, like in a different MXD, blank one? Mm, maybe we'll shift to your computer for a second. I'm going to check. I mean, Eswin, your PC has no complaints, right? We don't need to check the settings and.
No, I think I'm good.
Okay. So are we able to edit? We're able to edit. We're able to save the edits, right?
Yes.
Okay. There is a training default version which we would like you to switch to. So Actually, when you're in the training and all, let me change the version.
So with that version right there, you're able to start editing.
Yeah, we're able to.
The default one, right?
But we want no, not the default. Where it's the SWIN test. Okay, so there is something called training default over here, right?
Mhm.
So this training default, under this you will create the child versions here onwards. So
Okay.
so let me show you the hierarchy. As long as everybody is like during the training and like around that when you're editing in the development environment, connection properties. Well, you don't see the tree view. I wanted to show you the tree view. Okay. So this is where's the catalog?
It's on my other screen.
Okay, can you please drag it here?
Yes.
Okay. So what I meant to say, I mean, this of course is connecting to the new version that you created because we went and set it in the geodatabase connection properties to make sure that it connects to that. Here in the geodatabase connection properties, I made sure that it connected to this one. Reality, if you go to the administration and then administer geodatabase, you will see something called tree view. Just wait for a minute. Well, it's gone. Okay, tree view. Under the tree view, you whenever you create under default, it goes right under that. And everybody else is sort of creating versions too. I'm kind of surprised that you have some other versions like electric over here, but training default is the one that we create versions under during the training. So you need
Okay.
to go and you can create a new version over here under training default. So that's what I'm saying. We don't need
Okay.
to do it like right now, but let's just test it out. So that's where you'll be creating versions here on. Okay. MXD symbology is the only problem right now. I mean, in the sense that the MXD that we sent you is not working, but we'll make sure. But on the first day of training, you are able to connect to that MXD
Okay.
with the proper symbology and all. And let me see, you were able to edit at least this reference layers. You're not going to edit. Let's make a small change in the default in the cadastral, the parcel fabric, and then see if you can, there's some tools that I want you to test out on the parcel fabric one. So let me see if I can get to the parcels. Okay. This is the one that we just created.
I might just have to run ArcMap on one of my servers. It took me like 25 minutes to do my reconcile and post for electric last week, and then it took me another. No, I think it took 35 minutes, and then it took like another 25 minutes to do the compress, just for electric. I can't wait to do that on Fabric.
Mm-hmm.
Yay.
Okay. Would you want to test out any adjustments or?
Sure.
Cash?
Are we on Edwin's machine right now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. So Edwin has an I9. Everyone else has less than I9, and we can't connect.
I think it must be this one, right? There's a parcel there.
Yes.
Okay. So there's all these workflows here. Let me make sure. Any other extensions that need to be turned on, Cash, right now? Hello, Cash.
Harita, I have one question. Do we need to bring in the A attribute assistant? AA?
Yeah, we are planning to, right? It's just
Yeah.
so the editors do need to have attribute assistant. Do you have a file that will?
Yeah, it's on the folder.
Okay, we will do that.
We can do
But
that later. Yeah.
but I just want to make sure that the core thing is here, the parcel
Sure. Yeah.
editor. So these workflows
Cache
won't work for
one.
us. No, Cash is here. I cannot hear. Hello, Cash. He doesn't appear muted.
His mic is on.
Yeah, it does seem like. Oh, he's turning off Bluetooth. Okay, he should.
Can everybody hear me now?
Yes, we
Yes, we
can
can.
hear you now. Yeah. Okay. So we're just trying to make sure that.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. I also hear you feedback.
Yep, we can hear you.
Okay, great. Okay, there we go. So this should be better. So yeah, grab the parcel editor selector.
Yeah.
Chip there.
Yeah, we already
Click
selected.
that.
Yeah.
And then right-click construct from parent on that track.
Oh. Just a second.
Okay.
I think that got disabled, so.
There we go.
Oh, maybe I need to click again.
There we go.
Mm-hmm.
And then right-click.
Would you want to take? Would you want?
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
request keyboard and mouse.
Let's see, we're going to do that. Request keyboard. Let me see, request. I don't see a request keyboard and mouse on mine.
Okay, can you give a right click on Eswin's name?
Yeah, let's do that.
Are you able to give a right click on Eswin's name?
Yes.
And you
So I
can
have the option to send chat message or copy address to clipboard. That's all.
really?
After I right click on Esmond's name, yeah, it just says send chat message or copy email address to clipboard.
Oh, okay, it's possible because you are not an organizer. Let me see if I can make you an organizer. Okay, can you try now? See maybe if that makes a difference.
Okay, yes. So let's try again. There we go. Request keyboard and mouse control. There, that should do it.
There you go.
Okay, we just want to do one simple edit.
Okay.
Rita.
So, okay, I just want to make sure I could select. I'm gonna turn this off.
This is a different MXD.
It sounded like you probably started editing on the regular editing.
Okay.
I think so, maybe. That's what I did.
Interesting. So what's happening is it's not allowing us to actually use the tools that the parcel editor would use. This is bizarre behavior.
Can you make
Normally
sure
you would have your parcel editor. We can't even access the plan directory. 1 second. No, that's not even lit up. No. So this is an out-of-the-box function that should work. Let's do this. I'm going to stop editing, remove the toolbar, and then bring the toolbar back. So let's try that.
also version? I just want to make sure we're not on default or training default.
Let's save the MXD. Where would you like me, guys? Where would you like me to save the MXD? Is this
Right
okay?
there. It's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
Does this work for everyone?
Sure.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
That's fine.
Oh, that's why. Okay, now I can hear everyone. Can you hear me again?
Yeah,
Yes.
we can hear you.
Okay, there we go. I couldn't hear you all. It had my Bluetooth default settings on. So edit test, save that. Oh boy. All right. So parcel editor. Okay, so it's not even allowing us to edit a parcel right
Can you just change the attribute?
now. Yeah, we could change the attributes. In order to do a track map, you're changing the subtype, yes. If we were to clear that and turn off parcels, where's our group? I know we have a group that has all of our.
That MXD is different.
Oh, that's right. That's right. So we just added this all in. Okay. Let's go back to that parcel. I'm going to change that back. Not a tract web. That's a tax parcel. Let's see. Okay, so for some reason, we're not able to use our parcel editor toolbar.
Can you check on the version?
Can you check on the version? Which version?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 1 second.
Yeah.
Okay, we're in this new version that we created. I believe it would be under the training default. Can you start editing again, Cash?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, sure. Try a different parcel. Nope, sure is not. Interesting. Let's try one other thing. Adjustments, no. All right, let's go to customize. Commands. I want to add in the basis of bearing tool in here. That seems to be working fine. So we should be able to edit any parcel.
So you can start editing.
Yeah, you can start editing, but for some reason it's not letting us grab what we want to grab. No, it's going right back to those defaults. Very bizarre. It could be maybe some of these other tools that we don't need. It could be a conflict right now, but it shouldn't. But that could be the issue. Yeah, wow. Yeah, we definitely want to resolve this.
Are you sure?
Sooner than later. Yeah, this is strange. Yeah, as you right click, you should be able to have a whole different set of options here for the parcel editor. Yeah.
Can you open up the Parcel Explorer window, whatever that?
Yeah, that's in here, but that's not even allowing me to open that.
Okay, can you double click on the parcel? Sorry.
This might be related to the problem Doug's having.
Yeah, something's going on here.
Can you double click select the parcel? Right click is not yielding you anything, right?
No.
Okay, how about just the lines? Can you just edit the lines instead of the polygons?
Let's try. It's all about the polygons though for connectivity, so the lines are just, more of like a reference. So it's not even selecting the lines. Tell you what, we should add the fabric back in, take it out and add it back in.
Yeah,
Let's see
you
if that
can
makes.
try a new MXT with just the fabric and then see how that works.
Let's do that. Ooh, let's say, I'll go ahead and say yes. Why not? Okay. So let's go back.
Go to the, yep, drag that over. Okay, it's already in a version, I believe, so you can start editing.
I'm going to zoom in much closer so that we can not have the freeze issue going on. Just waiting on the attribute, the properties to pop up.
Esfin, did it pop up for you on the other screen or?
The parcel editor, or
The properties,
I'm just,
layer properties.
no?
Yeah, I'm just trying to right click on the lines.
Oh, you haven't yet. Okay.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's not responding. That's why it's taking a while. There we go.
You guys are going to love Parts of Fabric. You guys are going to be so happy with this, you're going to want to move to Pro in a couple months.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Was that sarcasm?
Yeah, I like the Fabric in Pro a lot. It's nice as well. I mean, it's they did away with like radials and some other things, but it's improving for sure.
Does anybody have a hard stop at 3?
No.
I think that we know that you're able to edit the data. Doug, you're able to edit the data, right? Just generally.
Yeah, Doug, you're going to get to maintain ties going forward.
Looking forward to it.
We're going to put you on the sewer team.
That sounds like a
It only takes an hour to convert our fabric to the Pro version. Minute and like 10 minutes.
Okay.
Not a minute. I mean, an hour and 10 minutes. So but we could have gotten to the fabric in Pro during this meeting.
Yeah.
We don't have a license yet on the service yet, but
There we go.
With just this
Okay.
layer, I was able to edit. Yeah, not with the other layers.
So let's say you guys want to do like a least squares adjustment, or what kind of workflow do you want to do? You want to do a split parcel, a least squares adjustment, like that? We'll do that. We'll add some control points.
You are in a version, right? Just want to make sure.
Edit dev arc parcel fabric.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, good. See,
Good
for
catch.
some reason, that's a sort of a tricky dialog box there. I mean, like the tool, it didn't show you previously, but now it is showing you. So,
Yeah.
What was the name of the version?
are you trying to connect it, Lata? Maybe you should create your own.
Yeah, I stopped editing. What I was just trying to get the name of the version.
So we're going to do a new control point. Let's theoretically say there's some ground control points here. I'm just hoping it's not snapping. Where's snapping? I've got to turn snapping off real fast.
You want to can you
Okay,
temporarily
good.
disable with a space bar?
Yeah, that's what I was just going to go ahead and do that. Just want to make sure it's not on the boundary. Okay, perfect. That's what I wanted. So there's, let's say that's a ground control point GPS by the surveyors. Let's do another one. Same situation. They went out and they GPS the parcel. Did that drop? No. Let's drop it again. Let's make sure it drops. I am left clicking. Let's click. Oh, come on now. We just want to add 1 point.
This is the kind of things we're watching out for, but this is Eswin's machine, which is supposed to be super fast. So unless, yeah,
Perfect.
there you go. You created it just now, I think.
So, okay, so we created the new control points that theoretically came from the surveyors or survey in the field. And then we want to link these to parcel fabric points, which I should probably turn on. I'm going to make these a little bigger. Brighter, so to say. Okay. So what we want to do is we want to grab the match control point and match it to the new control points. Also, like if you didn't want to drop these manually, if you had coordinates, you could also enter the coordinates as well. And it would drop the control point at the same place where the coordinates were on the plan, or the plat, survey plan. Okay. So we did that part. Now we have 2 up here. This one. This one. Okay. So the next thing we could do is we could just go to adjust. Oh, yeah, we do have to select the parcel. That would be helpful. Let's say we're adjusting this parcel. Yeah. Adjust tool's not there. Match control points, we did that. Adjust. So you'll notice that it'll fail a lot of times with the default native residuals that we have here set. So sometimes you have to increase these a little bit. We could try to run it, but I'll show you how it'll fail at these residuals. If it does not fail, I'll be surprised because those are really, really low residuals. Yeah, so it failed. So if it does this, which, it's common, we can try again. Let's just do something like 10.0, just for example purposes. The adjustment completed. As you can see, it completed. We keep going down. There's a whole results file too that you can keep and save for each one if you'd like. And then as you see the maximum shift, the easting and northing, we definitely want down to 0. This is theoretical because we don't want a 10-foot residual. And these residuals down here are really high. So this is just an example. With some of the survey plans that you guys provided, we'll have better examples to do during the training. So no worries.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. So if we were to go to, accept, okay, and then we go to, sometimes you have to run it again to get it down, to get this down to 0 if these numbers were not down to 0, and then accept again. And then once you hit OK, that's when it starts to adjust to the fabric, and it changes. And as you'll notice, it modifies the parcel to those control points, if that makes sense.
Also, yeah, the adjacent ones also got adjusted, right? That's what.
Yes. Yeah, the connectivity, it moved everything contiguous as well. And sometimes you might have a control point way up here at this corner and then way down here at this corner. So it'll just adjust everything in between. But what you'll have to do is you'll have to select every parcel in between. So if there is only a control point, let's say, and we'll get really deep into all of these into the training, but let's say there's a control point here and then a control point down here. You'll need to select this parcel as well as these 2 parcels to adjust all 3 to the new control points, so to say. Let's do another workflow. So I'll stop editing here.
No,
we don't want to save that.
Yeah, we just want to. The reason why we're doing this is to make sure we're able to edit the parcel fabric, because we did a minor edit on an attribute change, right? And we tested that out. And this one, of course, when you change the parcel, now if you go and look at the attributes down there, you should be able to find create, not created. Oh,
You mean over here?
yeah, I was looking for the editor tracking fields. So.
Oh,
Yeah, I got a quick question for Doug and Eswin. Do you guys use Kogo on easement lines? You guys need Kogo fields for easement lines?
Yes.
And
Sometimes,
Kogo fields
yes.
Centerline gets Kogo fields too, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Right. Neither of those have Kogo fields, so that's why I asked.
It's almost at
so the
end.
editor chart on this, I don't.
It should have been in the.
Oh, that's lines. I'm looking at lines, but yeah, the parcels.
Yes. Is there anything that you wanted to point out?
We're looking for the last editor.
Should be towards the end. It's right there.
How's that?
Last updated.
Rad.
Last edited. If we were to save,
okay, well, I don't think it usually gets updated as soon as you make an edit. Now, this is a version, right? Can we save it? Ted, you're okay with us saving these changes here?
Yeah, are you connecting to where?
Okay, can you save? Can you save the changes? We are in a version. We are in a version. Can you check this? Okay, 1 second. We are in this version. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so let's save this. Is there a save under parcel? I'm just trying to see why, because usually the last editor and last updated, they're pretty dynamic and they get changed immediately. I wonder if editor tracking is not turned on or if it is.
Yeah, that's a good point. So editor fabric is weird. when you're trying to set privileges on it stuff. So I wonder if I need to enable editor tracking. So when I'm going to enable editor tracking, I just loop through all the feature classes that exist in a feature data set. And there's no way to just right click and check fabric. Like right click on parcels.
That's no.
Properties, look at is there an editor tracking?
Inside, it's on the feature class level, but it won't let you right here because of cap.
You can, and sometimes we did have to do it on each and every layer. Let me actually
That's
try.
what I was.
Yeah.
So I need to do that for that fabric. So basically, because I reached out to Esri, I tried to file an issue that I can't go in and do I can't set parcel fabric as a workspace and then loop through the workspace to enable editor tracking on all those individual components. So
yeah, see, even if I change the attribute, it didn't automatically. Whereas on address, the moment we changed some attribute, it automatically changed it. So now you have to make sure that this editor tracking is enabled. I would say, yeah, just do it at the layer level and you'll be fine. I think if I know sometimes it doesn't work over here at this level. Nope, not even showing up here. But maybe you have to go here. But again, with the right privileges. Okay. This needs to be done, Ted, before our training starts.
Yeah, I'll get it done today.
Okay. Okay, so this is one thing I wanted to look at. Okay. One important thing we noted today was that, okay, the MXD is kind of not working out very well. The other thing is that on an MXD, only when you have just the parcel fabric data, then you're able to edit. Having other layers, so far we haven't been able to edit. So those are the two things I think we will check on our side. And once we have an MXD that's working, we will send it to you so that you can open it up and check. Okay.
Okay.
Any other questions at this point of time? Let me go back to my checklist and then see a few other things. Oh yeah, the attribute assistant. So there is a tool called attribute assistant, and that's the one that we plan to use for making your automated attribute flows. Like take the address point and then assign the addresses to the parcels or things like that. Okay. And then any other things that you may have identified in that spreadsheet. So we need that on the computers for the editor. So let's go get that. Okay, we need to stop editing. You said we can save the edits. Okay, we can even close the MXD because we're going to run an add-in tool that will be added to the editor's computers, which is going back. Can we go to the M drive?
You want to take over, Rita?
Yes, thank you. There was this place called, I think we saw on Doug's PC. I don't see that here. There was an M drive.
Start typing rc-arcgis. There. But not the, it's a GIS videos. Go to Cadastral from DCSE and then Cadastral. Copy the folder, the top folder, attribute assistance.
You want us to copy this folder?
Yeah, to the GIS one. Or somewhere on the C drive. Yeah.
Okay.
And then from here, copy that AA folder, a file.
This loaded.aa.config.
Yes. That should go to the users.
Users.
And then SEV, yeah, that one. And go to app data, roaming, ArcGIS solutions.
We didn't install it yet, so he wouldn't have it.
Oh, okay. Then
we should first run that, right?
Okay.
Should we just double click and run it,
Double
Lata?
click. Correct. Double click it.
Install add-in.
Correct.
Okay. Is there a...
It's done. Let's go to the other folder.
Roaming.
Roaming ArcGIS solutions.
No, maybe it's inside local.
Is that the username? Correct, right? Okay.
Yeah, I thought, Eswin, is this your user
There's no
profile?
other.
Yes.
Local. It's not in local, right, Lata? It's in roaming.
Yeah, I wasn't roaming.
Were you looking for normal MXT?
No, we're just looking for
the config
App data, and it's ArcGIS. You're looking for the assistant?
Yeah.
Yes.
You have to install it, then you have to open up ArcMap, and then it will create a folder called ArcGIS Solutions at the roaming
So I
level.
think
Or
that's the thing.
level.
We didn't open it up yet, so that's why.
There you go. See it? So you just opened it up?
That's right.
Hey, it's something that works. Yay!
Here's the file.
You know?
Okay, there we go. So we have that set up right now, which means that let me open up one of the MXDs. It's
And
not
so
that.
you want Edwin's? Doug, you're gonna have to do this yourself because it's all triggered by users.
Yeah, we're going to be doing it on Doug's computer also. But right now, I mean, we'll let it show up. And we'll add the file also, the attribute assistant table. I think we're going to be giving you the MXD anyway. So we'll just make sure that the tool shows up over here. This is the attribute assistant, and it's red means it's not ready to work. But if you turn it on, this connection again. Dynamic value. Okay, so that table must always be present in there. And as you keep using it, it will work. when you start editing. There are some things that are like, so these are all the rules that is shared commonly. Like, I mean, some of them are basically for the stormwater and the wastewater team here. Um, they're not applicable to your data, but as we keep adding the rules over here, you'll see them come up for the attribute assistant. Okay. So let's switch over to Doug's PC now. And Eswin, you can close this. We will get back to you with an MXT soon. So
Okay.
we'll send it to you so that you can test it out. Make sure that you're able to edit with it. Okay. And
We
if
may need
needed,
to
Mhm.
we may need to just break out the all the specific layers, the specific MXDs, because just so Ezra and Doug know, the partial fabric is slow. It's always been slow. It's always going to be slow, especially in ArcMap. So it may make sense to be able to break out fabric as its own MXD workflow, center lines as its own workflow, easements as its own, maybe even ANO,
yeah,
just so
and
you can.
don't mind that because you know that when you edit parcels, you're going to be editing that for some time, right? I don't think as far as center lines, how are your plans organized? Are they like everything together in one, or would you have to, do you
They're
have a
all together.
separate
What we're going to be drafting is going to be all on one map
all in
or
one
one
map?
on
Okay.
one exhibit.
But you guys could typically come in and construct a center line, lay it all out. Then after you're done with the center line, come back and maybe do the track.
Yeah, so everything, especially the frontage of those lots, is all going to be related to some kind of offset from center line. And then the lots are going to be, depending on, that line's never going to match what's existing on the map. So then we prorate that, the offsets. The offsets are going to be 33 feet hypothetically. And then that outside right-of-way line is going to be some kind of skew. So then we'd have to proportion that line in to get that front corner and then do the same thing on the backside and then start creating those lines. So everything is relative to center line in the land surveying world.
Okay. I think we will try to put it all in one TED as much as possible. If there are any other distinct workflows, we'll have a separate MXT, but let's check why this is behaving in this manner right now. Okay. Um, and then we'll come back to you. So, Doug, we're going to switch to your screen right now, make you the presenter. We will go back and um, get the tool. Okay, so you can close this MXD and do you want to save changes? Or maybe you can. Let's go and where is the cadastral folder? Attribute assistant.
Harita, can you go, please get the config file from the,
Why?
yeah, that's okay. Yeah, copy it to the roaming folder.
Yeah, but before that, I need to create the open up MXD. Oh, I just missed it. I thought I saw ArcMap out there.
It's roaming.
Okay, so that's done. And we can check. Let's open up an MXT. Might run into the same issue, but yeah, that's okay. We're not going to be using this MXT anyway, but I just want to make sure that you are able to have your attribute assistant turn it on. Okay. It does complain about the dynamic values table, so once we go get it into the MXT, it's not going to. Okay, so this is the setup for attribute assistant, and it's complete on both the editor species. The only other thing we want to make sure is that I mean, it seems like Esvin and Doug, you both are fairly comfortable with just using ArcMap in general, right? Pan, zoom, and navigate through the layers and stuff. But we do have the training material that we sent, and I don't know if you got a chance to look at that. There was training material in general for ArcMap, and in particular, there was a section on parcel fabric editing. So, did you get a chance to look at that?
Did that
No, we
come
haven't.
over last Friday? Is that when did that come over?
Something we sent like I think a few months ago. These are basic ArcMap tutorials. Ted
Okay,
might.
I don't know. I remember seeing sewer stuff. I don't remember ever seeing
No.
parcel fabric
This is
stuff.
not.
So there's a folder out there and that from DCSE. If you could open it up.
Up in
Yeah.
up in,
So the location where the
in the M drive.
Yep, on the M drive. Open up. Nope. Go to GIS videos. From DCSE at the top. And go to Esri training. And there's little exercises in there to kind of get familiar with the different tools. So we got that like a couple months ago, I think. Probably more than that. I think it was put out by CJ at some point, but
Okay, we'll take a look at that.
Yeah, this is general information.
And then also go back to GIS videos and go to GIS videos at the top. Yep, click on that. Go to GIS courses. Go to GIS courses. Go down. Keep going right there. Open up that one. Open up Esri. Open up Esri. Open up parcels. Yep. And then that's the parcel fabric class from Esri.
Oh, only 244 pages. Good.
Yeah, this will be good for you guys. This will supplement everything that Cash tells you.
Nice.
Cash will be more exact, but this is just this is a class a friend of mine took at the county. Gave me a copy, but so print it out and go through it.
Probably not going to print it out at 244 pages, but
There you go. You can print it out. You're government. You can print out one copy and then you guys can share it.
Okay. So this
I'm gonna
this
print
is
out
kind
3.
of what we were expecting you to kind of look at, be prepared, orient yourself for before the training. Okay, and let me check.
okay.
Just looking at the training dates, we'll be sending you your specific material, your user manuals and training guide, end of today or early tomorrow. And our next
So
our training itself is on Monday.
Monday the 28th.
In the afternoon, 1 to 4 p.m. Okay.
Got it.
Okay. Meanwhile, feel free to reach out to us with any questions. If we need to do a quick go-to meeting to set up some MXT on your side, we'll be doing that as well. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, then thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Okay.
All right,
Bye.
thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.